we got. Patty love, patty love, patty love. But I blame myself for all these feelings that I felt. You were nothing but a savage, seeking no rules. You could scavenge. This thing I love was real. Turned out to be nothing more than a feel. Petty love, petty love, petty love. That's what we got. Yeah. Petty love, petty love, petty love. What we got.
Hi.
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, we don't need to escalate. War is not the answer, 'cause only love can conquer hate. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me. Brutality, talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. I wanna know what's going
Good afternoon. You're tuned into Parenting in a Pandemic. Thank you all for hanging in there and being tuned in with us. I got a stressed out Mary and a stressed out Ryan. I love technology because it does what it feels like doing when it gets ready to do what it's gonna do.
Man.
Yeah, you guys are good. Mary's face is not fixed yet, so it's okay. She gonna need a minute. But it's all good. We're here. It's Thursday. It's Friday Eve. It's really nice outside, and we're going to talk about parenting in a pandemic. So it's cool. It's cool. You guys are tuned into Parenting in a Pandemic here at What's in It for the Black People. My name is Tenille Jackson, and if this is your first time being tuned in, thank you so much. And if this is not your first time being tuned in, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I've got a super cool guest today. Dawn talked about not saying my ride or die, so I'm not going to call her my ride or die. But Antoinette Peterson has been rocking with me for all 10 years of the Mom Squad, and I finally got a chance to book her. Some of you guys, if you don't know her real name is Antoinette Peterson, but for those that have been in the Mom Squad for a while or just been in these Chicago streets for a while, Sister Save-A-Lot, so the extreme couponer extraordinaire in a past life, and we're going to find out what she's doing and all that good stuff. But I got Antoinette Peterson that's going to be joining us soon, so I'm very, 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 very excited about that. I've got to do my announcements, but my announcements really are going to be about brands I'm wearing today or things that I've got going on. So, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say thank you to. This is my beads. I really love it. Cassandra, thank you. These are awesome, and I feel like I want to wear them with everything. I'm also rocking somebody else's small businesses. So to know me is to know I love supporting small Black businesses, Black-owned businesses in general, people with potential and all that good stuff. I'm also rocking a shirt called that's got the word classic on it by a lady who owns a brand called Classic Shop. So that's really cool. One of my nice fun brands I like to support. A mom based in Milwaukee, so she's super cool, and I like all of her stuff, and her shirts fit great. And then I've got to send a super special thanks to Brandy. Brandy sent me a box full of shirts that I'm going to give away. I haven't figured out creatively how we're going to give them away. I'm going to tap into my creatives, but Brandy owns a company called Tea with Friends, and so this is one of her shirts. She's in the Mom Squad. She's actually a grandma, so if we had a grandma squad, she'd be in the grandma squad. But for now, she's in the Mom Squad. So, Brandy, I got your box, your packages. And if I just had to be super honest, don't talk about me. I don't know who this is. Who is this? So if anybody knows who this is, this shirt belongs to you. I'm going to text her, but I was like, wait, I don't know. But either way, support local businesses, support small businesses. Everybody knows somebody that makes T-shirts. Buy a few. Do a few. Tea with Friends at TEE with Friends. I'll make sure we pop that on the screen. But thank you, Brandy. I appreciate you. It's always nice to come with the box. And Brandy sent us Cicely Tyson shirts too, so I'll give those out some kind of way. And I know that we'll be working with her, that she'll be kind of supporting most of my podcasts, and we'll figure out how to integrate that just as a way to support another great small business. So I'm very excited. I also have my Appalachian water, Black-owned water. It's just great alkaline water. It should be supported. And one day I'm going to have Sly come in and talk too. So we can bring Antoinette in so I can talk about her while she's here. And yeah, we'll do that. And then I'll also kind of I do have my church announcements. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that are actually in the Chicagoland Mom Squad, again, group organization. Come on, Fancy. Look at that hair. I see you. For those of you all that are actually in the Chicagoland Mom Squad, you know that our latest obsession is talking about Married at First Sight Season 12. I just need for part of our church announcements to be known that I am being told off about us talking about Chris. And I'm here to publicly say we will not stop because Chris is a hot mess. And we will continue to talk about Chris being a hot mess. I am sorry. He is from Chicago. I know there are cousins in the group. I'm sorry. Your cousin got on national television, making a complete fool of himself and dragging a few ladies that should not have been drugged. So I apologize, but I don't apologize. And I'm still going to talk about Chris, and the jokes about Chris and the memes about Chris will continue because he's on a national show that everybody watches. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So those are the end of my, thank you. Those are the end of my church announcements. And I see my guest, Antoinette. I'm so happy you're my guest today. How are you? Can she hear us? Uh-oh. How are you?
I can hear you. I'm sorry. I'm good. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. That hair is doing something fierce. What we got going on?
Well, thank you.
What we doing?
It's called Spring Twist. My beautician know that I hate trying anything new. And at first I was going to buy hair off Amazon, but I need to see it when it's new. So I went to the store and I got it done this week. And she's also on the Mom Squad. So yeah.
Is she? Oh, that's
yes,
cool.
she
What's her
is.
name? Give her a shout out.
Her name is Natasha and Natisha, I'm sorry. And it's styled by Tish. So yeah.
You talk about her all the time.
I've been going for 4 years, and I think Madison been going for 6 years. So yeah, and I saw a post in the Mom Squad, and it was love since then.
I love it, and that's kind of the theme of what we're going to talk about. So, in true parenting in a pandemic, any show hosted by me, I like to be transparent about how we met. So first of all, thank you for being on. You all, I met Antoinette Peterson. I slid in your inbox, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You sure did. 10 years ago.
I'll slide in the inbox in a minute. There's no shame in my game. Everybody always likes to know how I met Val Warner. I wrote her a letter and she responded, and we have been friends ever since. And it's sometimes, guys, it's nothing magical. It's right, be genuine, have a mission, have a goal, and make it happen. And essentially, that's what happened with you. In a time, and I want everybody to know that, again, the Mom Squad's been around for 10 years. So 10 years ago, before groups were popular, there were a thing called bloggers, and bloggers were all the buzz, and they were
Yes.
just the coolest thing in the whole wide world. And bloggers made you feel as if they were in this exclusive club that no one could join. And Antoinette was not my first person reaching out to. She was just the one that was the most authentic in her response. And again, here we are 10 years later.
Oh,
But I did.
yeah.
Antoinette was on TV. I'm also obsessed with television. So if I think I love
Me
anybody on
too.
TV, I'm obsessed with TV. So I remember seeing you on Extreme Couponing. Extreme Couponing was a show on TLC, right?
Yep. TLC. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And just again, and I'm gonna bring it home back onto Chris, but like it's Chicago, so we know Chicago's small. We know that for much of it being a big city, you got to know somebody. So anytime you see a black lady on an extreme couponing show, you're like, I gotta
Yep.
know her, I gotta see her, I gotta do all this stuff. And I had a bunch of other things going on, and I introduced the Mom Squad when it had maybe 5 people in it,
It
and
wasn't many.
it
It
was
was a
it
small group.
it
It
was
was a
so
small
small.
group of us.
It was so small. And I reached out to Antoinette because I had an opportunity to work with her with Feld Entertainment, with Disney on Ice
Yep.
and all that good stuff. And I have been fortunate enough to have a super cool client that allow my creativity and kind of the ideas that I have to kind of make some sense. So to me, it only made sense that if we were doing a couponing program, why wouldn't we partner with the coupon lady and give her own coupon for Ringling Brothers
Magic.
and Disney on Ice? And we put the icing on the cake. I think the only thing you requested was for it to be purple because that's your color.
Yes, that was my.
And we kind of hit the ground running and have been, how old is Madison now?
Madison is 14.
Yep.
The first Mom Squad event, Madison was just starting kindergarten. Like I remember,
Yep.
because I remember picking her up. I remember leaving work early, picking her up, and then meeting at the United Center. And so to go all these years, and she's now a freshman in high school. So yeah.
I
Mhm.
think that's it's I keep saying 10 years, you know how I am as it relates to just talking about me or talking about stuff we do, but when
You
you
don't
really
do it
think of
enough.
I
You
know,
don't do it
I know,
enough.
and I
You
probably
know,
never
that's
will.
okay. Allow us to do it.
Yeah,
We
whatever.
will.
I'm gonna shut y'all.
Me,
I'm gonna mute the
Tiffany, we
post.
will.
I'm gonna
And
mute the post.
Tamika, Stacy, Choya, we'll all do it.
I
Yep.
know, I know. But I think one of the things that I love and what I'm going to love about this conversation with you is we have grown from literally, I tell people I started the group with 4 or 5 people, sliding in a couple people's inboxes. And I think for the first couple years, that group stayed at 200 ish, right? Just kind of
Yep.
my
Mhm.
friends.
Mhm.
Somebody's got to know somebody that knows somebody, and we kind of make it go from there.
Yep.
Um, we are now 10 years in with 12,000 some odd moms. And one of the things that I would love for you all to get, I think we lose some of the old schoolness of the Mom Squad and kind of that true nature and spirit of what we started when the group grows. And
Yeah.
I am committed, and I know that we're all committed. There's an OG squad of us committed to making sure that the Mom Squad stays true to what its intention and purpose is. And one of the things I wanted to tell everybody is you need a village. So I'm using that hashtag we are the village. But within the Mom Squad, you gotta find friends. I own the group and I still found my squad of moms within the group. We
Yep.
all kind of
Absolutely.
we Tiffany and I were talking about this yesterday. Hey, I'm going to the zoo. Who else wants to go to the zoo? And you know my theory, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered, it's a meetup. So
Absolutely.
for the new moms that are
Hmm.
in the group, hopefully today, me and Antoinette will just be that example of sometimes it's hard being a parent. We're on the other side of, hey, our babies are getting older and growing up, but you've got to have a village that supports you, that checks you, that encourages you, that does all that stuff. And I feel like for me, this was a super long introduction for you, but that's essentially what you are for me. You are
And
part of
that's
my
okay. And
squad.
sometimes finding that village is what does it for you. Like,
Yeah.
I think about another interview you did, someone talk about Maria. Like, Maria's a part of my village. Like, she also
Yeah.
was another one who slid into my DM and was talking to me, when I was trying to find like a kindergarten school for my daughter to go to. So, you know, think about it. That was also 10 years ago. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And that
So
all happened through authentically through the Mom Squad.
authentically, organically, all through the Mom Squad, because I think you guys know
Yeah.
I'm suburban born and raised. So for me, it was hard. Like, oh, what do I do? How do I do this with a child? And I don't know, even just navigating CPS. So again, the Mom Squad will always and forever, for however long it is. My goal and hope is that I pass it on to my niece at some point when I'm deciding I'm done being all Mom Squaddy and stuff. Um, But right, or go manage the grandparent squad or something like that. But you guys gotta find your village.
You got some years before the grandparents go out. Right? Reagan
I
ain't
better
gonna
have
give
a
your
whole lot of
grandma
years.
no
I
time.
better have a
So
whole lot of years.
you got a whole lot of years.
I better have
Reagan is cool with hanging out with grandma. She ain't trying to make you a grandma,
at
okay?
all, at all. So wait, so that was my long introduction for Antoinette Peterson. Let's zoom through these intro questions real quick because I do like asking these
Okay,
questions so people
cool.
understand who you are. How many children do you have, and what grades are they in?
Um, one and done. She's a ninth grader.
All right, very good. Are you married, single, or single and dating?
Girl, I'm single and trying to date. That's where I am
Oh,
at this moment.
are you swiping?
I try, but it's so difficult.
Right? I know. Okay,
It's
so
just
we're gonna come
difficult.
back to that. We're gonna come back to that because
Yeah,
I saved some time because you said we could talk about everything.
everything. Let's do it.
Yeah, remote learning, hybrid, or homeschooling.
We remote, but we would love a hybrid in a minute.
You will be in hybrid.
No, I said we would love a hybrid. Like
Oh, you're high
I, I,
schooler,
I,
so
I
they
hope.
they haven't
Yes, I
figured
hope CPS get it done. Yes,
yeah.
please.
Because this is your
Let
first year with
CTU and
this is your first
CPS
year.
get it together.
This
This
is your
is my first year
what a
with
year to pick.
CPS.
What a year.
Mm, mm,
Because you're coming
yeah.
from private school, right? Madison, you did
Yes.
the private school
Yes.
thing, and then you got
Yeah.
excited about Beulah McLeod being over there at Diet, and
Yes.
so when Beulah was at Beulah, we all putting you on blast. So when Beulah McLeod was over there principal in that Diet, we were very excited, and so our babies knew where
Yes,
they
I
were going in
was.
sixth grade. Yeah, and then she left us. Mm-hmm.
We started
Uh,
going to high school tours at sixth grade, and when I tell you we fell in love, we fell in love.
mm-hmm.
Now it's like this love hate relationship.
Yep.
But I'm
Yep.
working on the love. I'm
Yep.
working on it.
You'll find it. You'll definitely find
Hmm.
it. So that lets us know you're in the city. So I don't need to ask that. Are you guys a pancake house or a waffle house?
We pancake during the regular weekends, waffles on birthdays.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Digital coupons or old school clipping? Which do you prefer?
Uh, these days, because I'm busy, digital.
Okay.
But if somebody slide me an old school coupon, like people used to mail them to me, or sometimes when I'm in the store and I see them leaving on the shelf, I'm swiping it, I'm taking it with
Yep.
me. So yeah.
What household chore do you love and what household chore do you hate?
Uh, I love sweeping. I hate taking out the garbage.
Mm. Okay. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see
Yeah,
that. That's the thing.
I live in a sorority house. It's all women, so
Yeah.
and it's
Garbage is
it's
on
it's
you.
been it's on me.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's dig into you. What you are also known as Sister Save a Lot. You have been just consistent as ever as it relates to sharing everything with us. I think that is one of the things that I think where we really match in terms of just your selflessness as it relates to sharing the resources that you have. My favorite all-time coupon is always going to be the free Walgreens picture code that you do used to
Mm-hmm.
do and still do every
Yeah.
holiday. And then most recently, you hooked us all up with a code to get free Hallmark cards, which came in the mail, which I didn't know, then also came with free coupons for free Hallmark card every month. So thank you for that. Talk to us about your couponing journey, how you became a couponer, why you became a couponer, and all that good stuff.
So here's the thing. I used to always coupon, but I used to always talk about people. Like my mother has a best friend in coupon. I used to talk about her so bad. And then once you become a single parent mother, and you got one income, let me just keep it real. You get to a point where you're like, okay, let me, see what I could save. And I still remember this post I had to save. I put that I saved $13 at Target, and I had a classmate from college was like, only $13. I was like, only like you coming at me. But
Right.
the difference was that she knew, how to master couponing, and so
Mm-hmm.
I went to her house and, she taught me, and I went to my first grocery trip where it was $90 worth of stuff and I paid all of $15. And ever since then, I was hooked. And so I would do the research and take the time and I read. And then one day I was like, Jessica, I was like, "Do you mind if I take what you taught me and turn this into a blog?" And she was like, "Go ahead. I don't have time for it." And I worked with one of my friends, KP, and we were figuring out like a name, like what to call this. And I was like, "Well, shoot, I'm a sister." It's like Sister Save a Lot. You a sister, you save. So that's where Sister Save a Lot came from, and it has been nothing but love for frugal living ever since.
I, seriously, and do you still actively coupon
I
like you
actively
did?
coupon. Yeah, I still coupon. I don't blog about it anymore. I don't have time. You
Okay.
know, life changes. Kids grow up. You become caretakers for parents. I've had multiple jobs and positions, so like my timing is just not there anymore to look at the paper, match up the coupon, and tell people what to buy. That's just too much. I'd rather just teach you at this point.
Because and the other part, and I think that's the other part that I love is we also recognize reason, season, lifetime, time and place for everything, right? So
Hmm.
that Sister Save a Lot hardcore had a moment and had a time and it had a really good run,
Oh,
and I
absolutely.
and I think that, and that's how kind of how I feel with the Mom Squad. Mom Squad's great, has a good run, but I love supporting other mom groups, mom bloggers like Mama Fresh Shy, Jenny. I love her dearly.
Yes.
I
Hmm.
don't have a toddler. I ain't trying to tell none of y'all about toddler stuff. But I will
Hmm.
politely tell everybody with the babies, you need to follow Mama Fresh Shy. Same thing with you with
Absolutely.
couponing. And then there was a network with you, Choya, same thing. Like everybody
Hmm.
had that. And I think one of the things I loved about just the couponing part, I always was one that would try to come to a class and then be like, you know what, never mind. You know what, this sounds good. Because it seems such like a daunting task, especially before they started getting the apps, right? And even with the apps, like I'll go into Meyer and I'm
Hmm.
literally like, oh, I forgot to find the coupons in Walgreens. Give us the top 3 that you feel have the best apps that we should have downloaded on our phones.
So you should definitely have whatever your grocery store that you shop at. Each grocery store, it could be as small as Pete's and Tony's Market, but every grocery store has an app. So you should always have your number one top store. And then I also think that you should have your top drugstore. So whether it is a CVS or a Walgreens. My personally is Walgreens. That's just me. I like the points that you earn, the special coupons that you get, for yourself. So those. And then I would say the other one would be the coupons.com app because now it's to the point of where you no longer need to clip coupons. All you need to do is add it to the app, and then when you go to the store and you put in your phone number, and so before you go to the store, you clip all the coupons. Just clip them all. Just clip them all. Period. And clipping is just clicking it on your phone. Clip
Okay.
them all. So when you buy the toilet paper, instead of giving them a 25-cent off coupon, they will send you 25 cents to your PayPal account for buying that item. So yeah.
And that's coupons.com.
Yep, coupons.com app. Hmm. Yep.
That
So now when you go grocery shopping, you are not giving over a paper coupon. All you're doing is because you clipped it, you put in your phone number. So, like for when I go to Jewel Osco, when I go to CVS, when I go to Walgreens, on the coupons.com app, you're registering your phone number. So, whenever you use your phone number at those stores and you have that coupon clip, they're going to give you that cash back.
Oh, that's a lick. I thought I was doing something with Jewel. So mine are Jewel, Walgreens, Meyer. I like relentlessly. I'll try to remember, and then, or if I'm in the store, I'll like literally swap. But I've had the most, like, I feel like I've had the most success with the Walgreens app because it's so engaging on the email side too. It reminds me to go buy go buy something I
What
already
they also
purchased or
do
something
is
like that.
they also give you just based off of your history of shopping, they'll send you coupons to your house for, extra $2 off, or you get 5,000 points for buying this item because you typically buy it every month. So that's the one
That's
thing I like about Walgreens.
that's awesome. So, and especially with this $450, people are starting to gonna get soon. That's
Yeah.
really exciting with the PEBT. Um, and that's going to be a CPS. All the CPS is going to get that, right?
So all of CPS will get it, but others, if you go to another school and your school participates in the free lunch program, you got to go through the process that everybody went through last spring, where you register. They look up your school lunch application just to make sure that your child is getting free or reduced lunch. So it's not just exclusive to CPS, because CPS does have additional funding, but then also just the larger majority of the income within CPS families. Pretty much all of the lunches are free, but people still need to do the lunch form.
I love it. I love it. Antoinette is also somebody who helps me manage the Mom Squad. If you know me, you know me that I'm a little funny acting when it comes to my stuff. Ain't that right, Mary? I'm getting better though. But Antoinette is probably the only other admin in the group, and she helps to manage stuff. And we slide in each other's inboxes from time to time when things get stressful in the group, when the tone is off, when things are not going the right way. And we noticed that a while ago. And Antoinette said, hold on, these moms need to refocus. Hold on, we got to get refocused because these babies need to go to college. They need to go to school. We need to be applying for scholarships. Sometimes we have too much time on our hands to simply do things or kind of engage in keyboard wars. And so what you've been doing, the entire pandemic have been like flooding us with resources and things that have to happen. And Yashika just reminded Yashika just reminded us the other day, and it made me feel all warm and fuzzy. A mom posted in the group that her daughter needed something, or time had gotten up, daughter wanted to do something, and she didn't necessarily have the means or the resources to do it, and needed just the village to just the village to kind of guide and direct and all the other stuff. And Yashika said the other day when one of us basically got one of those babies a full scholarship. And I think that's also the cool thing about the Mom Squad. Now, again, I'm funny acting in all areas of my life, so I don't like all that begging in the group. I don't believe in that. I'm not for the GoFundMe's, which is why we're not doing that nonprofit program. I can't do it. Because our Chana told me it's gonna take her 4 months to get her money, and I got irritated. I just started itching because I hate that stuff. But when you let the village work, and when there's an authentic and genuine need, what I love most is we do squad up, and that baby better be doing something. She better something great. Just because it was literally like 100 people saying, hey, you can do this, she could do this, she could do that. Talk about what you've got planned for us, because we need to refocus a little bit, right?
Yeah, so we definitely need to refocus. And even though it's a pandemic, one thing that we have to understand is that our kids, especially our youth, young adults, teens, whatever you typically want to call them, they are screaming out for help. And my biggest thing is there's too much money flowing around in the youth development world that's not being utilized when it comes to our kids. You have some parents like me who, keep their ears to the streets. Streets is Twitter, Facebook, or, every alderman newsletter just to make sure I get the information. But then you have some parents who don't. And then it will be July 1st or July 5th talking about what can my baby get a summer job. Summer jobs are found in spring months, March, April, May. Like if your kid does not know what they're doing by summer, by the month of May, it's slim to none to really get a good opportunity based off of what they need. So one thing that I'm going to do.
By when?
I say by May. By May, you need to know what your kids is doing for the summer. So
when
whether
should
that
we have
be
started?
February.
Oh, like last month.
Like last month, because think about it. I posted, the summer job for Chicago Park District. Chicago Park District start their stuff very early for junior laborers, that work and help clean up the park. They have not posted their job for like counselors in training, which are like day camp, counselors for younger kids. They haven't posted that yet, but those opportunities go really, really soon. And unfortunately, it's not out there free world. You just gotta know to know. And so for me, that's why I also consider myself Chicago Resource Queen, and why I share everything that I find out. And so we will be hosting a Mom Squad summer job. I don't know what to call it, but we're trying to get all these babies hired.
Yes,
Yeah.
and one of the things to know, like, especially the old school mom squad, and I know I got some new moms that are like that too. We're built on literally exposing our children to so much. And that is where the mom squad comes in. You may not have heard, but I did. You may not have heard about this aviation program, but we heard it was free. And a lot of times it just happens to be, and I'm talking to black mamas. Sometimes we just slip a little bit and then we want to blame somebody for something. And no, but we shared it. That's the reason to be in the mom squad. Talking about married at first sight is just a bonus. And talking about that post today about the money, giving back the money or not, that's a bonus. But when you start talking about parenting, and one of the things I want to just highlight is that we have to prioritize parenting even when it's inconvenient. Trust me, I know it's inconvenient at times. That y'all know I love hybrid. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Ooh, bye, Reagan. First day I was crying. Second day I was like, oh, I'm free. Let me get up and go. But Antoinette literally, and I think one of the things that irritates me about the internet in general is, if it's a mess, if it's some drama, we flock to it. We right there. If it's a free something, hey, I literally get inboxes that say there's a free $1,000 scholarship and 2 people have applied. Me, moms, y'all babies need $1,000, run that. Same person. So no one responded. Nobody. It's free money. And I think when you see Antoinette Peterson's name, when you see Chicago Resource Queen, that's essentially what we're trying to do. And what we're saying right now is the time in which we need to know that our babies have a plan. We need to know. And now is the time when you say, let me put them in this Explorer program, or let me put them in all of these different things, because you never know what's going to shape or direct the trajectory of your child. And a lot of times that stuff is free, especially now. That stuff is super free now.
When I tell you, it's so many programs that are free now, and even on the behind scenes, I've been working on like a resource guide and list, but like even college preparatory programs, the programs at different colleges, like they are offering like free travel, room and board to go to different colleges across the country for your kid to be there for 2 weeks. Sign Madison up real quick. I'm all about, she knew the moment she got in high school, I gave her a list. Here's your list.
Yep.
You tell me what program you want to be in. And you're going to initiate the email and you're going to initiate the application, but you got to choose one, because you can't be here doing nothing. And here's the thing, we got to shake, rattle, and roll to wake her up for school. But her Saturday program, she up, lash is done, edge is done. She's in front of that computer, ready to rock and roll. And that's because she sees the value in the program. Yes, I'm the catalyst to say, like, you have to be involved in something, but she sees the value. It's just like, most people don't realize after school matters. She just graduated 8th grade. She had a job this past summer. So that was her first job. It was online, her first paycheck. So let's get you your first bank account. That's what has to happen. It needs to be a rites of passage these days. So we can't wait till these kids get older to figure out their life. They gotta start now.
Yep. And we as parents have to, we know all parents have to help, but you made a good point. She sends the email. She does the stuff. Yes, as parents, we have to follow up, but when these children start going and getting a job, it can't just start with go get the job.
Yeah.
And you get the job, and then us as parents, we didn't do anything to help to nurture or guide some of those basic just life skills that are needed. It starts really, I don't know. It starts like I applied for Reagan to get into the Future Founders program. She got in. So thank you to Jim Alita for posting about the Future Founders. You highlighted and talked about the Future Founders program.
But they was the one that did Lemonade Day Chicago years ago.
Really?
Who did the lemonade stand? Yes, that's them. Yes.
Oh, so I'm bummed because you can't do it though, because it was just designed for CPS. It was just designed for CPS spring break, and our spring break doesn't align with it. So I was like, is there anything in the suburban area for it? So I was kind of having my little moment, but I made her go through the steps, fill out the application. They had to do a video interview. And one of the things I think from a parenting standpoint that we need to, as parents, and this isn't all of us, but I think we've got to understand that our kids have some skills now. They've got real skills. They've got organizational skills. They've got digital skills. Like, there's so much great that came from this pandemic for our children that I think maybe us as parents, we haven't navigated that yet. We haven't embraced it.
Yeah.
We look at Zoom as a chore. We've got to pivot our mindset to think, oh my goodness, my child now knows how to do Google Forms. My child knows how to manage and maintain and stay organized on a computer. My child knows what it means to interview or to be in front of a camera all day. Is that something that then translates into a YouTube page that is then monetized by the time they're in high school? There's so many things I think that as parents, we've got to open up our mind, because it's so much referencing to how it was back in the day. Back in the day is gone. That's just gone. It's not even, and so it's our job as parents to do what parents do, which is find the opportunities and to encourage you and to motivate you. But we had Natay on last week, and it's the same thing. They were encouraged by Jaquil at 5, but then as a parent, we've got a role to play. And so basically what Antoinette is saying is, if you ain't found your baby anything to do this summer, scroll through the Mom Squad. Because what are you posting it on there? What hashtag?
So I use shy things for teens, and that happened. I started using that hashtag years ago. Remember the year where all of the teens invaded the downtown area, and it was this uproar of there's no resources, there's nothing for them to do. And in my mind, because I work in youth development, I'm like, there's so much for them to do. It is the thing. Youth development or youth organization are always looking for kids and youth, young adults. It's the thing of, I've always said people don't want to follow the rules that the program have, which the rules are not bad, but there's resources, there's programs, and we need to get to a point where we're making sure that is shared like Married at First Sight is shared. I can go look at my posts for all of what I post, it'll have 30 likes. But this sensational topic,
Whoop.
we almost up 200 comments,
Whoop.
So,
Within less than an hour, though.
Yes.
There are days when I'm like, I wonder if I frame this opportunity different in a post and make it, will you have read it by then? That kind of stuff, which is hard. But I think as a society and culture, we've got to get better with that, because that is the nature of the internet. But when it comes to parenting and prioritizing parenting, you've got to put your babies in stuff. Yeah, she has me laughing over here because she says, and then the kids ask questions about stocks and investments like we know the answer. We don't know. We put you in the program so that you can figure it out, and then you can come back and make me some money.
Absolutely. We don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. So we've got 15 minutes left. Let's do a little mommy chatter.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, so we know that you're going to host something for the Mom Squad sometime this month. And then if you guys did not hear, the following month, Tony Husbands is going to host something for us for Money Week. So that'll be fun. And so, again, if you guys are listening and you haven't figured out stuff and you're still – and here's something we do complain about, Antoinette, I'm going to tell on us. Don't post and ask vague questions when we know that it's been posted in the group. Sometimes you do have to search the group for the answers that you're looking for. And we're pretty fair as it relates to being an admin in the group. But you got to search the group. Dentists are there. Search it. Find it. But wouldn't you agree, Antoinette? It's kind of like, I don't know what to do. No, you got to do a little
Graders
research.
are there. Recommendations on schools are there.
Yeah.
There are so many things that are there. Different tips, home remedies, plumbers, like those are all there. And then also, if it can't be found in the Mom Squad, there's other groups, but Mom Squad is pretty top notch. Like you could go through, and even if you find stuff from years back, the information is very reliable.
Yeah.
That's
the one thing.
That's a pet peeve. I'd be like, oh, if they just use the search or the units. I'd love to organize the units, but that'll be a tutorial when we do this whole Mom Squad find a summer job.
Yep.
I'm gonna also tell you how to search through the group to find what you're looking for.
Yep. Antoinette, you've been working out. So so everybody go make sure your babies are and stuff. You've been working out and you've been doing an amazing job, and I think that's awesome. And your hair has me inspired to put my braids back in and go on and do what I know I need to do, which is walk in the mornings, every morning. What do you do for self-care? Is it working out? Because your Instagram stories are hilarious, because I know you're not feeling the whole working out thing.
No, I'm not. So my self care now is working out. I did not you really have self care before this. I was really just letting myself go in the sense of like when you are taking care of family, making sure bills are paid, taking care of parents. I was like, okay, before the pandemic, I had lost 15 pounds. Well, I
Okay.
gained those 15 and then I gained more. And when I started back working like outside of the house, I was trying on my work clothes. I was like, oh shoot, no,
Yep.
like we not
It's them
about to buy
jeans.
no new clothes. We are not. Like I didn't realize I was living in leggings for so long. So I was like, yeah, something got to go. But it has been my thing, and it is really like my stress reliever. For those who really know, my life, like they know I would wake up in the morning. I'm always up like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I will watch people take my workout done, and I'm scrolling. Why can't I
Yes.
just get? Why can't I just get up and do it too? And so one day I did, and now it's like everyday clockwork. And then Madison will join me on the weekends, and things of that nature. So it's been great. I'm down 12, which I'm okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have this goal in turning 40 this year, so I was like,
Do
if I could
you?
just, yes,
Oh, 40
yes,
hits 40 hits different, Antoinette.
all
It
the
hits
way
different.
different.
It
It
hits
hits
different.
different. It's not even here yet, and it's already hitting different. Like I'm looking at credit scores every day, making sure my bank account is good. You already know I'm a saver anyway, but I'm
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, I can't go into my 40s with this. Let me get this out the way now. So
Yeah.
that's also a part of my self care. Is yeah, I'm addicted to saving and saving for the future.
Which is
Yeah.
great. Wait a minute, because Yashika has me cracking up in these comments. First of all, what we're not gonna do is go back to maternity pants. That's what we're not gonna do, because ain't
No,
none of
no.
us pregnant. And I think one of the things that I love, same here. During pandemic, I lost a lot of weight. I got on the scale today and was like, oh yeah, let me get up and bought a treadmill. That don't hey, we won't even talk about the Nordic Track purchase. Um, but I think that it's one of those things where same thing. We need each other to stay motivated, and like you said, sometimes you'll look. There's a mom. I watched her for a year. I did. I feel like it's Nikita, but I watched her for a year, and I was like, oh my goodness, she's running. This is great. Her pop out pictures. I said, oh, hold on. I've been sitting here scrolling and eating peaches,
I'm
scrolling.
so, I still need my hangovers also.
Hey, we all do.
Because I work,
We all
because I don't work close by anymore. Peaches, I was there twice a week, but those
listen.
meals are good. I'm gonna
Listen,
be there on weekend. Watch, I'm coming.
I struggle. I struggle with the balance of promoting, and then I'm like, oh, I posted a biscuit the other day because that biscuit was very good. And by the way, if you won for Family Feud, your stuff is in the mail. Do not talk about me. People who know me know my heart is good. The gift
Tenille need an
certificates have been
assistant,
in.
y'all, but can't nobody be
I do
Tenille
need an
assistant.
assistant,
But
but don't
no
nobody want
one,
to assist me for real. Not in real life.
no, if you're
No.
not strong and you don't
I
do it,
know. I know. I told you I made all them
don't
people
do
cry.
it.
I made all them people cry, and I was just like, you know what? Forget it. Anyway, let's talk. We got 4 minutes left, so let's talk about dating. So, are you swiping? We're not. You're not
I'm
swiping.
I'm swiping. I'm looking. Shoot, at this point, I'm looking at Stacy snacks. Like, I'm scared to hop in anybody inboxes or anything like that. But I'm trying. But let me
Because
be very honest. Madison is 14.
it's
Yeah,
hard,
it's
right?
been a while. Yeah,
And
it's very
you said
hard.
it's been. You said it's been a while. Okay, no, I hear you. It's been a while. But I was talking about it from the standpoint, and I know we'll run out of time. But it is a topic I don't know if we discuss a lot. For those that missed In the Zone last night with Brian Foster, it was so good. He had
It was.
three. Oh my goodness, he had three men, three single men, uh, come in and tell ladies basically what they're doing wrong. Now, he had the other version of that a few weeks ago with women that were talking about women and what men do wrong. But I thought it was so enlightening just to hear and refreshing to just hear men uninterrupted, not interrupted by women, telling them what they should be thinking, but actually hearing from them the stuff. And I think one of the things we don't necessarily talk about a lot, or maybe we do talk about it, but it's just that dating and us with girls, right? Like that's a thing. We can't just
No,
be
we don't
dating.
talk about it enough. We don't
No.
talk about it enough, and you can't. Like, I'm not trying to bring anybody around my child if I don't see it lasting past this conversation.
Yeah.
That's not the household I'm trying to live in or bring
Yeah.
to. Yeah, so it's very hard. That's something we don't talk about often. Me and
And
Stacey, we talk about it, but yeah, not in the group.
not in the group, and not from the standpoint of, Yashika again. I'm not repeating that comment out loud, but yes to Stacy Snacks. Stacy needs to turn that into a whole entire Stacy
She
needs to turn.
does.
She does. Thank you, Mr. O'Connor, for tuning in. Your Mr. O'Connor has tuned in this afternoon.
All right.
Yes. But yeah, I think dating is something, and it's a topic that we could definitely get into a little bit more. But in terms of being single, partly this me just co-signing and thirst trapping for us as it relates to being single. But I
I'll
think
take it.
yeah, right. I know, right. So I was like, let me just slide that in there a little bit. The weather's nice. Her hair is
It's getting
done.
nice.
My hair is done. That's all I'm saying. We've got 2 minutes
These
left.
eyebrows. If you've been following me, I've still been going to the shop to get them done. But but in true Tenille fashion, I got my lip gloss. Because you never know when you're going to get an email from Tenille.
Listen, look, mine's on the floor. Listen, that is my only rule and requirement in the Mom Squad. Thank you all. If I call you, I've got about 50 moms on standby that are ready to do press. CBS has been lovely to us. We have been in the news at least maybe once every other week, if not every week. And Antoinette, I know I can count on you, and so many more. I can count on you guys as it relates to just making sure that we're making the parenting part of Chicago what it is, doing our part to be the village. And I appreciate you. Thank you for coming
I
on.
appreciate it. No
Thank
problem.
you for responding to my text yesterday. Thank you.
Girl, you know I got you. But for everybody, before we go, please, I'm going to give Tenille her roses because Tenille is the connector. She connects everybody to everything. And the group, the Mom Squad, is one of those things I always tell people, just post it in the Mom Squad, look for in the Mom Squad. So we wouldn't all be connected if it wasn't for Tenille. So thank you, Tenille.
Yay, it's 12,000 of us. Now we got to tune back in to find out if that lady's going to run that lady back her money. If you're not in the
Well,
group, check the post. Yep. All right. Very good. You all have been tuned into Parenting in a Pandemic here at What's in It for the Black People Media. It's been a great week. We've got Green Side of Things coming up next, so that's really exciting. And then next week, all my guests are booked for next week, so I'm very excited about that. So, yeah, we're good. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Thanks, Antoinette. I appreciate you. And thank you, Maria. We see you. Thank you for everything you do, too.
Maria. Yes, Maria.
Yes, thank you. All right. Thank you.
WIFTBPM